Hello everybody! So today we're going to try the game Paradise Killer, which is an open world murder mystery game. I did read the synopsis a few times just to make sure that it was a game I was interested in playing.
Paradise Killer.
You will soon enter a paradise where fact and truth are not the same. Explore paradise in your own way and find your own truth. Paradise Killer has a wealth of accessibility options. Please tailor the experience to best suit your needs. Paradise Killer does not autosave. You must use the save points on the island. Saving a record of your existence is free and easy and leads to a happier paradise. The Syndicate created the first paradise island to worship their dead alien gods. Guided by leader Montserrat, the Syndicate attempt to resurrect the gods by forcing citizens into psychic worship rituals. However, the worship invites demonic corruption from beyond the stars. The islands always fail. The islands die and a new paradise island is born. The cycle repeats. Island Sequence 13. Lady Love dies. The Syndicate's lead investigator is deceived by the god-damned Harmony. She endangered paradise. Her sentence is eternal exile. The islands could not be saved. Demonic corruption began to infect the fabric of paradise. The island died. The citizen slaughter ritual took place. Another paradise island failed. The cycle always repeats. Lady Love dies watched from exile in the idle lands as each island flourished and died. Each iteration got closer to perfection. Demonic corruption events decreased. Island 24 was almost perfect, until Henry Division, a lowly citizen, got too close to the gods. He allowed demons to flood the island. The citizens were once again slaughtered. The council began their meditation to end 24 and birth perfect 25. But before they could complete it, Paradise was killed. That's an interesting lead up. I didn't really absorb all of the text. The Way of Blood Bar, 25th Island Sequence, Ash Street, Housing District. The crime to end all crimes. This blend tastes different. The islands define the whiskey. This one definitely tastes of embers. You put the fire out. Was it a cosmic dream? No. They called on her, the exile. They needed to. Lady Love dies, 24th Island Sequence. Born at the longest tower, Britain, AD 1000 under the sign of Kiss Me to the Moon. The Syndicate's lead investigator. After the damned Harmony incident on Island 13, the Paradise Cycle unit was shut down, and Love Dies was exiled to the idle lands as punishment.
Another day in exile.
Something's wrong. I can feel it. Island 24 is supposed to be ending. Why am I still here?
I have a bad feeling about this.
Wistful photo obtained. The outside of the Paradise Psycho unit before it was disbanded. The last photo that was taken of me back on Island 13. Do I have motion blur turned on? Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Off. I don't know what auto walk is. What is this? Lady Love dies!
Who are you?
The first person you've spoken to in 3 million days. Can you taste it in the air? Something's wrong. The island was supposed to end. Something's wrong. You're damn right it is. While you've been exiled up here, all kinds of shit has happened down on the island. What kind of shit? The messed up kind. Real messed up. All kinds of messed up. You used to be the Syndicate's investigator, right? They're talking about you down there. They need the investigation freak. Time to get back in the saddle. Get out of the idle lands and get back to work. Exile is over. Why is a demon in the idle lands? The name's Shin Ut Diga. You can call me Shinji. I'm just here to hang. I got no horse in this race. What race? Someone's made a move against the Syndicate. People are betting on the wrong horses. What do you want, Shinji? I like a good bit of murder. It's a good time. The best time. I'm just here to watch the results play out. You got some solving to do, some investigating, some looking real hard, some good thinking. Time to weave some truth, love dies. Anyway, I gotta bounce. Go get your laptop. You're going to need it. See you on the island. I have no idea what's going on. That little runt said I need to find my laptop. He must mean Starlight. Every investigator needs an assistant. Starlight is up by the barrier that overlooks the island. A portrait of me painted by Lydia before I was exiled. Days since you were exiled. 3 million. Interesting looking bed sheets. Where's the laptop? Dole's percolator obtained. Coffee doesn't taste the same if you're not working. Oh, that's auto walk. I see. Interesting feature. How do I turn it off? Okay. Well-read book obtained. A well-read book about an gangster that decided to become a master of grilled chicken skewers.
That's strange.
Why is Starlight unlocked? Starlight obtained. 3 million days up here, and now she's calling out to me. Starlight obtained. An investigator's best friend, Starlight. It's been a while since me and the girl did the dance of investigation. Masahiro Heavy Industries. Initializing, please wait. Press any button to continue. May the silent goat walk with you. Incoming call, Starlight. A phone call from Judge is unexpected. Madness has overtaken the island. That happened a long time ago. The council were murdered as the new island was born. Is this a prank? Lita Montserrat is dead. The council are dead. This is no joke. A killer tried to take everything from us. The Syndicate is about to collapse. You need an investigator and you're in luck. My diary's pretty empty today. Lady Love dies. I've authorized the use of Starlight. Take her and come to the island. Your exile is over. The prison doors are open.
I don't.
Judge, the barrier is still up. Starlight can dance her way through it. Fall down to us and breathe life back into paradise. And you want me to just fall to the island? The islands haven't changed. The fall won't hurt you. Step off into the abyss and drop to the island. Lydia will be waiting for you.
Time to breathe life back into paradise.
Initializing nightmare. A nightmare computer from the depths of space that uses a language born on a long dead world. The Syndicate never upgrades. Starlight can emulate the OS and break down the components using the symbols, but I need to work out how they're used. I haven't seen these symbols before. It looks like a hieroglyphic-based language. I need to find a clue to know which symbols release the lock. I can brute force it with trial and error, but I'm a busy woman now. Starlight can see the answer. I need to work out how to make it. Some of these parts should make the symbol I need. I need to select components from the ones available and match them to the top image, completing the puzzle. Hieroglyphics takes me back to university. I was the only one in that arcane text class. Looks like the language is divided into different groupings of symbols for different types of objects the civilization found important. The rest of the syndicate can't decode these. They have keys coded to the specific machines they're allowed to access. The data on the nightmare computers is tamper-proof, sealed machines that hook into the fabric of the island. There'll be more on the island that I can unlock. Judge said they need me down on the island. The people that exiled me are dead and I need to find out the who, how, and why. Time to fall into a pit of crime, a leap of faith into the sun-drenched abyss of memories, secrets, and crime. Breathe life back into paradise. Did someone say Paradise Killer? Perfect, I'm just in time. Hello! Yep.
Paradise
Just
Killer.
in time. How are you doing? Thank you for stopping by. Perfect 25 is coming. This is genuinely one of my favorite games. Only game I've ever been for a stream before. Ooh, that's awesome. I'm glad you had fun with the game. Devotion rewards. I'm sure I'm gonna have fun too. If you suspect demonic corruption, report it. Second heaven. Lydia, it's been too long.
I'm glad you're back, LD.
Your oldest friend. Born in Morana Falls, Kenya, in AD 1001 under the sign of Beautiful Spectre, the Syndicate's fairy woman responsible for transporting the Syndicate to new island sequences. After an uninteresting childhood spent in worship of Beautiful Spectre, she enlisted in the army during her teens. Lydia became known as a Titan Killer after she successfully defended a temple complex from 3 monstrosities born from beyond the stars. If you need any hints, feel free to ask, but I'll be lurking to see what you discover. Ooh, thank you. I really appreciate that. She retired from the world of assassination when she met Sam Daybreak, fleeing to join the Syndicate together.
The investigator.
Thanks, Starlight. Starlight's giving you the full 101, huh?
I'm glad
I've
to
been
be
in
back.
exile for 3 million days. She obviously thinks I need a refresher. What did I miss?
Evil stuff, LD. Last night was a killer.
The council were killed just as the next island was born. Word is a killer got into their building and took a knife to them. How are you feeling? Messed up, LD. This is the worst. The island needs an investigator. You shouldn't have been exiled, LD. We needed you down here. Judge told me to bring you to them. Was it you? Are you the killer? Can we wrap this up quickly?
I'm messing.
Straight into the investigating. Nah, I was part way through a drop-off at the Paradise Gates. You can check the logs. One thing before we go, LD. I can ferry you around the island if you need me to. Save your feet from a hike. If you need a pickup, call me on one of the phones. The phones are deactivated since it's the end of the island, so you'll need to fire them up again. I already activated this phone for you in case you need to come back here.
Ferrywoman reporting for
Time
duty.
to ride, LD. Seatbelt on, LD. How was exile? 3 million days just flies past. Cheer up, Buttercup. You're back on the island now. Back in the game. The old days. It's been so long since we rode together, Lydia. I miss the old days. I know. Us girls used to get shit done. It was fun back in the day. How have you been? All good. Life has been relaxed. We got a cat. It's a Bengal. I called it Dagger. You still painting? Uh-huh. Each island is more beautiful than the last. I like to capture them before they go. I like your perfume, by the way. Ah, thanks, LD. Fruity one, isn't it? It's a unique blend that I got made especially. It's nice. I'll have to get some on the next island. Sorry, LD, the blend is my own secret recipe. We're almost there. Go and speak to Judge. If you want to hang, I'll be on the pier. It's been so long since I performed an investigation. You getting the fire back?
I was born.
It never left. Go get him, LD. My old gun. When the time comes to execute justice, she will sing the song of punishment. This judge? Interesting. All hooked up with wires. Multiple arms. I like the design. The designs are some of my favorite parts, to be honest. They'll probably be my favorite part, too. Aside from the story, because I love solving mysteries. Oh, okay, now I can talk.
Hello, Judge.
Good to see Justice again. Birthplace forgotten. Birth sign forgotten. Every society needs a form of justice, and a syndicate member volunteered. They believe so deeply in impartial justice that they scrub their ego and fuse themselves to the island, becoming judge. They would become the embodiment of justice, acting on behalf of the island. Starlight is helping you navigate through the sea of truth already.
Judge.
Welcome back to the blood-stained paradise, Lady Lovedays.
The investigator is here.
Tell me about the crime.
Paradise killer.
The council are dead. Our leader's gone. The black pall of crime hangs over us. Leader Montserrat has been taken from us. The art director for PK has also worked on a new game called Sorry We're Closed, which is a neat Killer 7 survival horror. Oh, I did see that. On the Steam page. I think I haven't added it to my wish list yet, but I definitely will.
What?
The whole
hell?
council were murdered at once? They gathered to birth the new island, our perfect new home. Perfect 25. At the end of their meditation, the killer struck. Arrogance put the entire council in one room. Hubris is a large gap in armor. If you're a murder junkie, that's quite the hit.
What time?
Midnight, the holy hour, the hour of weird, the hour of...
Don't.
Judge, I get it. All of the council were murdered last night at midnight. Do you have a suspect? It's a miracle. A mass murderer in custody. Henry Division, a citizen possessed by a demon. He's killed before. A decade ago. He came back. We found the knife in his hand. The council's blood on his stomach.
I'm
The
glad.
press rise up. Who would have thought?
Where?
Where's the crime scene? The council's own penthouse. The brutalist tower that reaches to the sky. Has anyone been in there? The council are protected by 4 holy seals. Only our leaders can open them. We cannot get into the crime scene. We cannot assess the slaughter. How did the killer get in?
Truth waits for you in the shadows.
Truth hides behind the smoke of crime. We only know the nature of the first holy seal. 2 of the finest god justice marshals, stationed as guards, as sentinels. Both butchered by the monster. Demonic sigils covered the suspect's body, scorched onto him by the astral demon inside him. Those same sigils are daubed in the marshal's blood at the entrance to the council building. If no one has been in the crime scene, how do you know the council are dead? Their work is done. A new island has been born, yet they have not emerged from their chambers. The accused was found with a red slick knife and a belly full of the blood of the council members. In this instance, the answer to the terrifying equation is dreadful murder.
The investigator
I'm going
is
to
here.
assume there are no eyewitnesses if it's a locked room murder. None that have come forward. Why would someone decapitate the syndicate now? Is it an interloper? A god? A desirer of power? Is a naked ambition played out with a knife in a penthouse? A power play? A sicko killing for kicks? The world's a twisted place. It wouldn't surprise me. The balance has existed for millennia. Who's running the show now? I installed architect Carmelina as the acting leader. We have birthed Perfect 25, a wonderful new home of her design. She is best placed to oversee this new transition. As bizarre as this vision of crime is, there is a further anomaly. Just one? You remember KHX? Our master craftsman? What about him? He is missing. We haven't had any contact with him for several days. Note logged in Starlight. This is doubly concerning as he designed the second holy seal that protects the council. Suspect? Is he a potential killer? If you can track the right truth through the darkened forest of secrecy, you might be able to prove it. It's been a while since we needed you. The Syndicate is in danger. You're in danger. Unspoken things beyond the stars are in danger. The island will not give up its secrets easily. What is the truth? What are the facts? Are they the same? Evidence, testimony. They are yours to find. Yours to take. We must find who did this.
Crime cannot hide.
Crime always wants to be found. The nature of crime is perverse. Starlight has the blood records of the council. I've just updated Starlight with a blood sample of Henry as well. Use them to examine the murder weapon and crime scene. Key item, blood sample obtained. I need this solved so we can move on to the next island. A suspect isn't enough. I need concrete proof. I am linked to Starlight, a conduit of justice. She will track your case files. She has just unlocked her suspect module. Interrogate. Find the gold evidence in the silt of the island. When you are ready, bring them to me and we'll begin the trials. The trials will determine the guilty. Assemble your facts and present a truth to me. You may not understand your truths. Bring them to trial and we will reveal the guilty together and attain clarity. We can start the trials whenever you are ready. They will be the climax of your investigation, but you determine what that climax will be. Are you ready to investigate? This island will try to hide the truth from you.
When love dies, all that remains are the facts.
The journey into truth
A stroll across the sun-drenched streets between the investigator and the truth. Paradise Island is yours. Crime details received. 2352. Henry Division escaped from the desolation cell. Grand Marshal Akiko 14 was guarding him. Midnight. This councilor murdered. 3 minutes past midnight. Henry is found outside of the council building by Akiko. Akiko informs witness that Henry has been found and that the first seal guards are murdered. Akiko confirms to witness that the holy seals are closed. She cannot secure the penthouse. Judge assumes authority over the island and locks the paradise gates. Syndicate meeting is held in courtroom. Judge appoints Carmelina as acting leader. Judge decrees that they are bringing Lady Love Dies out of exile. A full investigation will happen before the island's ends. Judge activates Starlight and waits for Lady Love Dies to make contact. Crime details end. Blood sample obtained. A blood sample taken from Henry Division, the prime suspect of the council murder last night. A moment of your time. What now? Am I going to be seeing a lot of you? What now? I understand you've got a lot on your plate. A mass murder on an island full of weirdos and all that. I feel for you. I really do.
I have a bad feeling.
Skip to the end. You know the blood crystals? That currency you guys are so precious about? I took the liberty of acquiring some while everyone was leaving. Go on. Where is this going? I redistributed the wealth. Who to? Not who, but where. I've scattered it around the island. You'll need it. Crimson Acid will trade you blood crystals for secrets. If you want a cold, refreshing beer on a hot day, it'll cost you. Is it just me or are the vending machines here a bit expensive?
When love dies, all that remains are
What would you know? You're from another planet. Hey, I'm just making conversation. Catch you later. A prize unit of currency used by the Syndicate. Fast travel unlocked.
Not enough blood crystals. Not enough blood crystals. Not enough blood crystals. Starlight skins obtained.
Justice. Oh! A bunch of people.
Not enough blood crystals.
to go to the crime scene. Syndicate HQ, 24th Island sequence, breathing life back into paradise.
Blood crystal obtained.
The goddess Blood Dancer. She gifted technology to many races and is an astral engineer without equal. She has no interest in ethics, and her experiments have caused genocides across entire planets. Hell of a thing to have a statue of. A tower that broadcasts music to the speakers on the island. There's a tape in here.
Music obtained.
Where am I going? I just tapped on something. I can just fall. There's a blood crystal there. And here.
Blood crystal obtained.
Damned Harmony, the god that deceived me. That crime landed me in exile and cost me my career and husband. This is my chance to right the wrongs. Red crest obtained. A red crest found in the Syndicate HQ. It looks like it will fit into something. Head to the crime scene. The birthplace of the gods, a hellish maelstrom, a frighteningly antique space. Another red crest. A fissure in an obscure galaxy inhabited by a race of psychic lizard people. Another blood crystal.
Blood crystal obtained.
This is the murder weapon Henry was found with. Looks like a combat knife. Clean blade with covered in blood. Evidence, new. Murder weapon. The alleged murder weapon that Henry was found with. Starlight can run the blood.
Analyzing.
All of the blood on here is from council members. There are 2 other blood samples here. Presumably from the dead marshals up ahead. All obtained evidence is stored in Starlight. Case files are opened automatically as you find new evidence. Starlink will link each piece of evidence to the relevant suspect in each case file. Starlight will also update evidence as new facts are discovered. Starlight is limited to tracking and categorization. The investigator must use their intuition and reasoning to define the truths. Since this is the first piece of evidence you have acquired, Starlight will now display how the evidence is categorized. This is the only time this flow will be displayed. If you wish to see this flow every time you acquire evidence, please enable the evidence flow in the options menu. Henry Division. Last night the council were murdered as they birthed the next island through meditation. Was it a power play or killing for kicks? Who did it and why? No further evidence to process. Press any button to close case file. Okay, there's some information on the council members. Leader Montserrat, murdered. The syndicate's glorious leader. He formed the syndicate with his mentor, Ezekiel. Montserrat became the leader of the syndicate when he killed the mad leader Ezekiel and saved the syndicate from darkness, a victim of last night's council massacre. Hailing from North Africa, High Priestess Gabriella Devotion is seen as a mediator between the syndicate and the gods. Only certified priests are allowed to communicate with the gods, since communing with astral deities opens passages in space which demons can pass through. Murdered last night along with the rest of the council. Pandora 2 established a Dead Nebula company early in the syndicate and became the only goods manufacturer on the islands. In conjunction with Masahiro Heavy Industries, she established the Deep Factory in the sprawling caverns under the islands, a victim of last night's council massacre. Kafka Memory was a founding member of the syndicate and conceived the plan to mass abduct citizens from the real world and bring them to the islands, forcing them to worship the gods. A cold-hearted man that grew increasingly introverted over the millennia, a victim of last night's council massacre. Second in command to Gabriella and handled most of the day-to-day running of the religious aspects of the syndicate, Lunatic Pope. Born in the Fifth Island and advanced into the council through selfless devotion and a brain for interpreting bureaucratic aspects of the god's dogma, a victim of last night's council massacre. Fine Stranger. A mystery to almost all in the syndicate and council, it is unknown where he came from, responsible for reading tombs during council meetings. Leon Disaster. Early in the syndicate, the need for a currency arose. Disaster found a way to harden blood into crystals. It was decided that only his blood would be used so as not to flood the market. Macon Origin. Macon took over Masahiro Heavy Industries when Masahiro himself was murdered by the mad leader Ezekiel. Since then, Macon has used her flair for industrial design to grow MHI and adapt to the changing needs of the syndicate. She is responsible for the maintenance of the syndicate's power source, the reality folding drive. Ice Kiwami. Born in a remote area of India and came to the syndicate during the Great Betrayal. After saving doomed Jazz from torture, the two chased after the newly formed syndicate as they made their way through Mesopotamia. Ice Kiwami took his own life several years ago. It is unknown why. So one of them committed suicide and the rest were murdered. Citizens, victims of mass abductions, brought to the islands and forced to worship the gods. The psychic energy created by their worship is channeled by syndicate priests and fed to the gods. Citizens are the lowest class of island inhabitants, spending their lives in worship and working in the deep factory and farm. Henry Division, a citizen born to Rena Division 27 years ago, father unknown, possessed by a demon 10 years ago, currently incarcerated in the desolation cell, accessible from the South Beach. Grace Bloodlines, responsible for conducting and overseeing the exorcising of demons that possess island inhabitants. Murdered by Henry Division 10 years ago. KHX, a craftsman that produces items of exquisite workmanship, often tasked with creating ceremonial items, responsible for creating one of the holy seals. Missing, hasn't been seen or heard from in a number of days. Judge. Every society needs a form of justice, and a syndicate member volunteered. They believe so deeply in impartial justice that they scrub their ego and fuse themselves to the island, becoming judge. They would become the embodiment of justice, acting on behalf of the island. Lady Love Dies. Born at the Longest Tower, Britain in AD 1000 under the sign of Kiss Me to the Moon. The Syndicate's lead investigator. After the damned Harmony incident on Island 13, the Paradise Psycho unit was shut down, and Love Dies was exiled to the Idle Lands as punishment. Grand Marshal Akiko 14. Born in Mihai, Romania in AD 991 under the sign of New Night. The Grand Marshal of the Syndicate's God Justice Marshals. Carmelina Silence. Born to Romeo and Natasha Silence on the 4th island sequence under the sign of Blood Dancer, architect of the island sequences. Crimson Acid, born in the hospital of our martyred goats, England, in AD 1002 under the sign of Endless Moon, the Syndicate's idol turned secrets broker. Dr. Doom Jazz, born in the Cannon Fortress, Scotland, in AD 988 under the sign of Cosmic Deceit, the Syndicate's doctor. Lydia Daybreak, born in Mwana Falls, Kenya, in AD 1001 under the sign of Beautiful Spectre, the Syndicate's fairy woman, responsible for transporting the Syndicate to new island sequences. Sam Daybreak, born in the shadow of the dragon in Turkey in AD 999 under the sign of Shadow Zero, Barmaster Bar Knife through the heart. The Witness to the End, born in the Chaos Palace in northern Iran in AD 981 under the sign of Destroyed Eden, overseer of the end of the islands. And lastly, Yuri Knight, born in the Marble Chambers on Island Sequence 15 under the sign of Dire Rose, secretary to architect Carmelina and the Fairy Woman's handler. Man's prehistory. The gods come to Earth, gift man technology, and the world becomes embroiled in a millennia-long war. The gods are betrayed by their enslaved armies and are killed, imprisoned, or driven from the Earth. The Syndicate is formed by worshippers of the gods. The imprisoned god Silent Goat learns of the Syndicate and psychically gifts them his power. The Syndicate uses power to create the Paradise Island sequences and the reality folding drive to fuel them. Paradise Island Sequence 13. Lady Love Dies is seduced by the goddamned Harmony. She is exiled to the idle lands. 964 years ago, Paradise Island Sequence 24 is born. 10 years ago, demonic corruption incident. Henry Division illegally communicates with the gods and is possessed by a demon of unknown origin. Henry murders his mother, and during his arrest, he also kills the Syndicate's exorcist Grace Bloodlines. Demonic corruption taints the island. Paradise Island 24 is condemned. Preparations are made for the birth of Paradise Island Sequence 25, nicknamed Perfect 25. 1 day ago, preparations for Perfect 25 have been completed. The Syndicate's council retired to the penthouse to meditate and birth the new island. This is where Henry was found after he escaped. If I find where he started from, I can compare the timelines at the distance. The first Holy Seal protecting the council building is a pair of 2 high-ranking martial guards. They were killed last night by whoever breached the council building. Time to find some evidence. Investigating. First Holy Seal martial guards. Killed with a blade. There are ragged gashes across the throats of each soldier. Hello, Llama Lord the Crab Slayer. How are you doing today? Thank you for stopping by. The cuts were done with a blade, but not a perfect one. Nicks or damage on the blade probably caused the messy cuts. Symbol drawn in blood. There are symbols drawn in the blood. They are demonic glyphs from a cosmic language I don't recognize. You're acceptably... These are the martial guards that formed the first of the Holy Seals. High-ranking marshals that were supposed to shield the council from attack. They were in someone's way. Okay, let's run the blood.
What the hell?
Is this right? These aren't marshals.
The facts and the truth.
I don't know who they are, but this blood doesn't match the ones on record for the marshals assigned to guard duty. Ooh. What the hell is going on? Have they been body swapped? Is Starlight wrong? This blood matches the blood on the knife, so either this knife was used or it's been set up to look like it was.
I don't like
They both had their
this.
throats cut. The lacerations are ragged.
I need to
This was
investigate
probably done with a
this.
damaged blade. The marshals were killed with a blade, but whose? There are marks drawn in the blood. The blood matches the blood of the dead bodies. Looks like they've been daubed with a finger. Maybe some kind of ritualistic marking? Henry has demonic symbols burned into his skin as a result of his possession. This could indicate he was here. Symbols in blood. There are demonic marks. What is the second Holy Seal? The answer should be somewhere within the council building. I need to find out what the third Holy Seal is. It should be deep within the council building. The fourth holy seal is a mystery. How was the final barrier before the council's penthouse breached? Akiko carries a sword. If it has seen some use, it will have the kind of damage that would cause ragged wounds. The blood I found at the murder scene should be that of the marshal guards, but it's not. Why? If the marshals were body swapped, the bodies must have come from somewhere close by. I need the doctor's statement about his alibi. Question about their suspicions. What has Henry got to say about last night? Why would a citizen want to kill his council? Blood mismatch. The dead marshal's blood doesn't match the records of the marshals that were supposed to be stationed there. Who was really guarding the council building? These marshals were assigned by Akiko. Symbols in blood. Just said these are the same marks Henry has. New. Killed with the blade. The marshals were killed with the blade, but whose? Grotesque pyramid charms obtained. 3 holy pyramid charms. The gods, the syndicate, the citizens.
Game saved.
You ever been to space, Loved Eyes? I always wanted to. I hear the moon's nice and quiet. Well, strap in. Beyond that door is space. Is that a metaphor or something? Nah, just hardcore space. This is the second holy seal. It's a rock floating through space. You know, the cosmos? The second holy seal is behind that door? Are you even listening? Yeah, one of the safeguards that the killer got through. You gotta find a solution to the puzzle on the plateau to get to the rest of the building. How do you know about the second seal? Space has a stench. It's full of cosmic horror and existential nightmares. I can smell it. And the puzzle? I came to this island through a psychic corridor in space. I got a feel for these things. You could just solve the puzzle without any hints? Sure, why not? Imagine you put a rock in an empty drink can. You can turn the can and feel the rock move. You can shake it and feel it. You learn how the rock moves without seeing it. You can work out how to get it out of the opening, right? It's like that, but the rock is a dumb puzzle designed by someone who thinks they're more clever than they are, and the can is space. So I can just feel my way through it? Haha, no. You aren't attuned. You're not from space. You can't feel the rock. Or the can. Speaking of cans. How am I supposed to get through the puzzle then? Are you kidding me? You're the investigation freak, aren't you? That's what everyone says, right? Investigate. Do you think there's anyone else on the island that knows about the seal? Someone that knows about the space. The prime suspect is that Henry guy, right? If he got through here, it might be because of the demon inside him feeling its way through. How likely is that? Hell, I don't know. How likely is anything? If you're asking me to place a bet on it, I'd say it's good odds a demon that came here on a psychic pathway could find their way through. Like you? Yeah, like me. But, and this is key, it needs to be one that has the strength. I'm too weak. Henry's demon has got a host, though. How could Henry survive on a rock in space? Not helpful for arms. With great difficulty, I'd say. The demon inside him has probably kept his body together. Stopped his organs being sucked out his ears. Ew! Shinji speculates that Henry could have found his way through the second seal labyrinth since demons are attuned to space. Anything you can't do? That demon's a ball of the angriest psychic energy I've ever seen. You get someone angry enough and they can do anything. Including keeping someone alive in space? Why not? Stop being sarcastic. The hell do you know about demons? I ran the Paradise Psycho unit. And where's that now?
Sorry.
That's what I thought. By the way, I got a present for you. You're going to need some help if you're going to space. A space helmet? Obtain space helmet. Figured you want to breathe and keep your insides in your body. Where did you get this? I was poking about around here this morning. It was behind one of those planters. Looked like someone dumped it. Meaning someone had used it to go through the seal? Why are you asking me? Get your investigation freak on. I added some heart stickers to it. Makes it yours, don't you think? Which planter did you find it behind? The one with the statue. Never mind that. Focus on the big picture. You're about to go to space. Discarded space helmet. Shinji found a space helmet discarded near the entrance to the second seal. Have you been in there? Are you listening? My body's too frail. I'm too weak to leave the island. Aren't you worried about what happens when this island ends? How I'll blink out of existence? If I spent all my time worrying about trivial shit like that, I'd have no time to think about us. Us? Yeah, maybe after you've saved this dump, you and I can take a long walk on the beach before... Let's talk about this another time, Shinji. And by another time, I mean not in this lifetime. Oh, whatever. Note logs and starlight. Customized space helmet obtained. It has seen better days and is an old model, but allows the wearer to traverse space. Can go up this ladder. Maybe I go up the ladder first. There was nothing there. Oh! This is where Shinji said he found the space helmet. Pink petals. There aren't any flowers here, so where did they come from? Yuri wears a hat with pink flowers. Open! So this is space, huh? A lovely looking esoteric plateau. What secrets does the second holy seal hold? I've not seen these symbols before. There might be a clue on the island. Note logged in starlight. Note logged in starlight. Oh, this is a puzzle, huh? I must have made a mistake. I need to figure out what those symbols are. There must be some clue on the island. I need to find out how to unlock this. Okay, there must be a clue on the island. If I go around the perimeter. Okay, there's nothing around here. I'm falling! Another blood crystal. Gardens. How to get up there? Maybe I can just do this. Nope. Got it. I have 5 blood crystals now. So now I can fast travel 5 times. Secretary to the architect. I don't believe we've ever met before. Secretary to the architect and the fairy woman's handler. Born in the marble chambers on island sequence 15 under the sign of Dire Rose. Yuri is new to the syndicate and has quickly risen through the ranks. I can't believe we're in our darkest hour that Judge called on you. I understand you're secretary to architect Carmelina and Lydia's handler during her fairy woman duties? Did you manage to seduce that? I'm so glad Judge brought me back. Be a good freak, get Henry prosecuted, and then you can disappear back up to exile. You're convinced it was Henry? Obviously, I can only aspire to your level, but I think it's pretty clear. Let's get to business. What do you want, freak? No mention of grieving for your loss? Grieving is a sign of weakness. I said let's get to business. Stop dragging this out. Where were you last night? I was directing the fairy woman all night. From where? Here in the celebratory gardens. You often work in the gardens? My work last night didn't require a desk, and the gardens are beautiful when an island is ending. Any proof? No, freak. The gardens are uncovered by logs, unlike the HQ. Want to drop anyone in it, Yuri? Dish the dirt on someone?
What?
Who's got a motive to kill the council, Yuri? The killer is in a cell waiting to be executed.
I have a bad feeling.
Let's say he isn't the killer.
Yes.
He is. It's a thought experiment, Yuri. Play along. If Henry didn't kill the council, who else has motive? Fine, I'll play along. You should investigate Crimson. You gave that name up pretty easily. I've had my suspicions for a while.
Why?
Something sits wrong with her. Why does she get blessed? What would stop her wanting more power now that she's blessed? She's too smug. That seems
strange.
tenuous. You're the investigation freak. Investigate. What do you know about KHX's disappearance? He hasn't been seen for a few days, probably sleeping off a hangover. He was one of your old drinking crew, wasn't he? Isn't a missing syndicate member something of a concern for one of the people responsible for getting the syndicate off the island? I can only work with what I have. If he doesn't want to be picked up by the fairy woman, I can't help it. He's his own man. No concern or empathy?
Strange.
What do you want from me? I don't care about everybody. It's exhausting. Tell me about Crimson. The traitorous idol. Traitorous? She peddles her secrets and destabilizes the syndicate. People shouldn't have so many secrets. Don't excuse her just because she's your friend. Don't look surprised. I've done my research. I know you and her go way back. The drinking gang. Bunch of drunks and freaks. Has she got a motive for killing the council? She has her own secrets I'm sure she isn't happy about people knowing. She wants to play soldiers again. She won't accept her new role and wants to run around with a sword and gunfighting demons. If the next island's perfect, there won't be any more demonic invasions. I think she's trying to destabilize the island so she can have another go at playing soldier. Yuri told me he's always been bothered by Crimson. He doesn't like her secret trading business. He's been keeping his eye on her and knows she wants to give up the life of an idol to become a soldier again. You sure this isn't just about her blessing? What about it? You're jealous. Your deductive skills have let you down, freak. I don't think they have. What do you know about the second holy seal? We don't know anything. We don't know about the seals, freak. That's the point. Ever worn a space helmet, Yuri? Why would I wear a space helmet? To get through the second seal. Never been through it, freak. A space helmet was discovered surrounded by pink petals that look like they came from your hat. That is the most tenuous thing I've ever heard, freak. You're grasping at straws. Do you know anything about the murder of the martial guards outside of the council building? I don't know anything, investigator. I wasn't there.
Crime
Give me your phone, Yuri.
What?
The investigator
I need to
is
verify
here.
your location last night. You would have been making calls with it if you were directing Lydia. I'm under no obligation to give you my phone. I have important work to do with it. I'm sorry to interrupt your work. You should be. I'll get it back to you quickly. I need to confirm your alibi. Fine, whatever. That wasn't so hard, was it? Just do what you need to do and bring it back. I just need to use the comms tower to verify the location of any calls made from this phone. Then you can have it back after the trial. Do you believe Henry did this? What an insufferable question. Of course he did it. The Grand Marshal has him in custody. No suspicions of anyone else? The islands are full of schemers. You know that. May you see through a million eyes. And may you reach the moon. Springs cost blood crystals. Should I use this machine? Is this the end of the syndicate? Thinking out loud, love dies? How the hell should I know? They're your people. Now piss off and investigate. Are you here to take me away? Depends where you want to go. Where I have to go? To the ritual. Are you a citizen? Am I? I was once, but now I don't know. I'm lost. You're still here even after the citizen slaughter ritual preceding the end of this island? Why? Maybe the gods rejected my sacrifice? I knew the ritual was coming. We all knew it, but it was sooner than expected. I thought we had a few more hours, so I left the house to go and find something I'd lost. And what was that? A stone that had fallen from my ring. It was something my wife gave me to celebrate our first lunar cycle together. It's got no value. She just found it on the beach, but as we held it, our troubles seemed to fade. Being close to each other is all that mattered. When we got married, I had it placed in my wedding wing. It fell out a few days ago. So you were out looking for the stone? Yes, I needed that stone with me. Before I found it, the marshals came and took me to the ritual. I pleaded, I begged. I just needed a few more moments. I became so angry. If I couldn't find my stone, then at least let me see my family one last time. I was always told death would be peaceful, but that was a lie. And how do you feel now? The anger has not dissipated, but I am still here. I'm here for a reason. I must find my stone so I can rest. Will you help me?
I need to investigate
I'll find your
this.
stone. I'm an investigator. Thank you. Look around the park between the citizen and syndicate apartments. I'm sure I lost it when I sat on a bench there. Splendid pamphlet obtained. A pamphlet about the celebratory gardens. They are dedicated to Gregory Complex, the syndicate member responsible for weaving the broken timelines together several sequences ago. His sacrifice will be remembered. This image was the last thing a drowning victim saw. Another blood crystal.
Blood crystal obtained.
I need to go to the comms tower, is what she said. Syndicate apartments. starts in a few seconds. Incoming call. Love dies. We have the suspect in custody. You are not necessary. A suspect which escaped on your watch and possibly murdered the entire council. Neno Rosito. Maybe the disgraced Grand Marshal can work with the disgraced investigator? Investigator Tatsi Naibi Din Gora. We have a suspect that was found with the murder weapon. He has motive and history. He was found with the council's blood in his stomach. We're not making a super collider here, Neno Rosito. Henry broke free, tore through the prison bridge, breached the Holy Seal, then murdered the council. Case closed, investigator. I hope that this is as simple as it appears. The suspect is back under inhibitor sedation. Inhibitor sedation? Dami putere. Inhibitors are injected into him to keep him sedated. Go ask Doom Jazz if you want to know more. I am guarding the suspect at the desolation cell in the rock if you need to speak to me again. The control panel to raise the bridge has been updated to accept your blood vial. Only I have access to the prison, but Judge ordered me to authorize you. The bridge access to the prison is on the South Beach. Goodbye, Neno Rosito. Okay, that was interesting. Just called me. Dazzling obelisk charm obtained. A charm modeled after obelisks found on a citadel planet in another star system. Did that say solar system? I don't know why I pronounce things the way that I pronounce them. Another desk apartments. Small rooms and some have an ocean view. A terrifying, harrowing view of the liquid abyss. A mahjong club meets in one building every week. That's a lot of noise. I'm looking for that stone. Why is Shinji up there? In fact, how do I get up there where Shinji is? Welcome back, everybody. Nothing has really happened. I'm just trying to get up here to talk to Shinji again. I like Carmelina's dog. It's about the only thing I do like on this shithole island. You're breaking my heart. Don't get the wrong impression. You're near the top of the guard part of the list. You've made my day, Shinji. Don't patronize me, love dies. I'm collecting so many blood crystals instead of solving the mystery. Then he lost it on a bench.
Fast travel unlocked. Game saved.
Symbols of the possessed starlight skin obtained. It's pretty messed up that you can be possessed by a demon. Like, really messed up. Don't you think? Yeah, I do think so. It's locked from the other side. I unlocked it. Green crest. It looks like it will fit into something. This is electronically locked. I need to find the power switch for it. An oasis in this tropical heat. I'd rather only use my blood crystals for unlocking the fast travel points. Dreaded hero apartments. Apartments named after the bloodthirsty general that slaughtered his way across ancient Britain.
Blood crystals obtained. Blood crystals obtained.
Ah. This goes up forever. Oh, I got a blood crystal.
Blood crystals obtained.
Shinji must be up here, right? Yep. Sometimes I just feel defeated, you know? How do you pick yourself back up? On my planet, there's this musician I like. Creates music that takes me away to another place. That sounds nice. I have a musician like that as well. Uninterested, Love Dies. This conversation is about me. Whatever, I'm going to smash some bottles or something. And I'm on the roof. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find that stone. I don't know where it is. Yeah, I've been here before. I opened it. Incoming call. Hello? I was hoping you would have come to see me by now, lady. Hi, hello, Crimson. You remember my voice, but you don't come and visit? I wanted to, but I have no idea where you are on this island. Come and find me in the sewers under the apartments. I have a nice little setup there. What are you doing in the sewers? You've been gone for 10 islands. Things change. I'm trading secrets for money. I've got things to tell you for a price. I've got something for Starlight as well. A nice upgrade that will shine a light on some truths. You're going to need some firmware upgrades to break into all of the nightmare computers. I've got one to sell you. Then I'll take a trip to the sewers. If you're having trouble finding me, use Starlight's AR mode. Starlight's functionality is supposed to be a secret. Get with the program, lady. I've just set myself to be findable. I'll show up in the AR mode now. I'll be waiting. Bring crystals. I'm not running a charity. Wonder how many crystals I'm gonna need. Good to see you again, lady. It's been too long. Born in the hospital of our martyred goats, England in AD 1002 under the sign of Endless Moon. As a teenager, Crimson left home to fight for Endless Moon in France. She excelled at guerrilla operations and became known as the glamour of the battlefield due to her stunning beauty and presence. When the Great Betrayal happened, she fled to join the Syndicate. We're in a dark time. Someone has played a hell of a hand against the Syndicate. It's bad enough to bring the exile back. Forgive me for being blunt, Crimson, but... The head, things change. While you were gone, I got blessed by the gods. The new look suits you. It adds a certain je ne sais quoi to the ensemble. What's the A to B to C with the sewer pad? Quiet place to get away from everyone. After I became blessed, Montserrat convinced me to be the Syndicate's idol. Someone for the citizens to look up to. If you pray hard enough and serve the gods as best you can, yada yada. That kind of thing. It's good to have a place to hide away and run my sideline. Everyone needs their own space. How's the market and secrets? On an island full of snakes where everyone's got something to lose and something to gain? Business is booming. Look, before we get into the secrets I can sell you, we need to talk about your investigation. Judge brought you back from exile. You have their authority. You can find any truth. Lady, you're in some deep trouble. Not everyone wants you to punish the guilty. They're going to want you to remove certain players and redefine the shape of the Syndicate for their own ends. Be careful with the power you've got, lady. So you want to buy a secret? You think Henry did it? Do you? I'm asking you. I don't have enough details. How did he escape? How did he breach the seals? The answer to every question seems to be a hand wave and he's possessed by a demon. Convenient answers are dangerous. What secrets do you have? Anyone got a motive for last night? Lady, I've got lots of secrets to sell. I can give you a lot of different people's motives. I just don't have an opinion about who did it. Who's got motive then? These all come at a price. I'm not handing out candy. Secrets take a lot of work to acquire. I've got something on the Grand Marshal, the Architect, the Doctor, the Happy Couple, and Witness. Take your pick, but come with your wallet. You're going to make a tidy profit. You got a point? A mass murder opens the market for people looking to buy secrets. That an accusation? I've still got some investigating to do. I'm going to be straight up with you, lady. This island is full of snakes, and I want you to hear this from me. I hate what the Syndicate have done to me. I'm an idol they trot out to rally the citizens. I gloss over the misery with a pretty smile. I haven't got anything against idols, but this isn't for me. Montserrat devolved into paranoia. Sorry to speak ill of the dead. He was tightening his grip on all of us. One of the first things to do on the island is my little emporium. Dictators can't have someone peddling secrets, can they? Is that enough to drive you to kill the entire council? No, I didn't do it but someone did, and they're going to want to shift the blame. That's why I'm being straight with you. Crimson knows that her secret trading emporium will be shut down on the next island. Montserrat was trying to tighten his control. Is her independence enough to make Crimson kill? Where were you last night? I was here at my hideout waiting for Lydia's pickup. I'm always one of the last to leave the islands. You already think he's funny by making me wait. I left when Judge summoned everyone for the crisis meeting. Crimson said she was in her sewer hideout all night. She was waiting to be contacted for a pickup by Lydia. She left her hideout when she was summoned by Judge for a crisis meeting after the murder. Any evidence of that? None. Crimson said she was in her hideout all night, but no one can corroborate that. That paints you in a bad light. I can only tell you the truth. If I knew a mass murder was going down, I'd have got a way to corroborate my alibi. There weren't any whispers of what was about to happen? Nothing. If Henry didn't do this, whoever did it managed to keep it extremely quiet. Am I taking your word on that? I'm running a business here. If I had something to, I'd sell it to you. KHX is missing. Got any secrets to sell about KHX? Why are you asking? He's missing. He designed the second Holy Seal, and that was key to getting to the council. I haven't heard anything about it. I know he's missing, but nothing has come up. Why would Akiko kill the council? Secrets aren't free. Good crystals, minimal imperfections. Akiko is a soldier through and through. She's also their leader. They're the only family she's ever wanted. The Marshals aren't syndicate though. They're citizens, a security measure by Montserrat. They don't have our immortality and they don't get moves between items. That makes them expendable too. Precisely. Akiko has endured a millennia of sadness watching her troops die or get left behind. She wants them in the syndicate, get them gene therapied up, and create a battalion of immortal soldiers, and her heartache. She has motioned the syndicate to try and get our marshals inducted. Been refused every time. She's hurting and she's angry.
Nanny the hell?
Did she just say Nani the hell? What does she get for murdering the council? She wouldn't be promoted to a position where she can change the rules to keep her marshals alive between islands. She'd use the murder to scare the new council. The Untouchables became touched by the hand of death. He can argue for increased militarization on the next island, scapegoated on a citizen, and panic the next council into creating martial law with troops inducted into the syndicate. Use loyal troops rather than expendable troops. Precisely. Montserrat was always scared of immortal soldiers having dangerous thoughts and leading a coup. If Akiko did this, she proves that the threat isn't from the marshals. Got any proof? Sure do. I pulled this from the Moon database. You never know when something like this will come in useful. Thanks. Lady, here's more. I haven't got proof, so I'm not charging you for what I'm about to say. Akiko falls in love with her troops. That's why she hurts so much. She's had a string of relationships throughout the islands. Is there someone special on this island? Captain Voth. He's the highest ranking marshal under Akiko. Captain Voth was one of the holy marshals murdered last night. He and Akiko were in an illicit relationship. The highest ranking marshals are chosen to guard the council during the birth of a new island. So he was murdered last night? Looks that way. So if her lovers are dying when the island ends, her motive is to kill the council to push her agenda through, get her marshals into the syndicate and make them immortal? That's a pretty big bet to make. I agree, something doesn't add up. I'm not convinced Voss died last night. Don't tease, lady, that sounds like a secret. Don't secrets have costs? I'll refund you for our earlier transaction. It's a deal. Taking my first steps into the secret trading industry. Pleasure doing business. The The dead marshals outside the council building aren't marshals. The blood doesn't match. Where are the real marshals? Working on it. If you want to enter the Viper's Nest, you could try the barracks. If I was a marshal looking to lay low, I'd be in there. They don't let anyone in. I'll see what I can find.
Blood crystal obtained.
Did you see Yuri last night? Yuri handles Lydia on the last island of an Yuri handles Lydia on the last night of an island. You should speak to her. Can you tell me anything about the marshal stationed at the first seal? I already told you, one of the guards with Voth, Akiko's lover. Akiko must be pretty upset. You haven't heard anything strange about the marshals on the night? Things take a little while to flow downstream. Need to wait for loose lips. What do you know about the second holy seal? One of the secrets I've never been able to get my hands on. What do you know about the escape last night? Secrets about that haven't worked their way to me about Henry's escape. If you think there's more to it than there seems to be, there might be physical evidence near the scene. If what the report says is true, the only way to the council building is through the Syndicate HQ. If you went there, though, he had been logged in. Check the Nightmare computer logs. Yuri's got some things to say about you. I bet he does. He isn't my biggest fan. He says he wants you to be a soldier again. Says you want to be in the marshals. How do you two start talking about that? Asking around about motives? And he thinks that's enough to be my motive? That I'd kill the council just to try and get to be a marshal? Are you denying it? No, it's true. Lady, do you really think that's motive for mass murder? It sounds tenuous to me. I'm glad you said that. I was dreading the snakes getting to you. It's no secret I want out of a life forced on me. I would love to be a soldier again. It has to be done the right way, though. Not through mass murder. Why would Carmelina want to kill the council? You know this cost, right? A pleasure doing business. Carmelina isn't allowed on the council. The Silence family were barred from ever being on the council. You remember her father's crime, right? Romeo's fall from grace? He was deceived by cosmic deceit. Bingo. Cosmic deceit deceived him with promises of power. Standard stuff. Cosmic deceit wanted Romeo to sacrifice crying grudge in a ritual. That would give Cosmic deceit enough power to resurrect. Resurrecting the gods is our mission, but not at the expense of deceptions and sacrificing other gods. Romeo was stopped before he could go through with it. His punishment was execution and the rest of his family being barred from a council seat for eternity. Let's say she killed the council. You mean how she's on the throne right now? Could she have been sure she would have been on the new council? That the law would be overturned? It's a gamble. She's the architect of Perfect 25. If the transition to the new island goes sideways, she's a good candidate to handle it. That's not a sure thing, though. Who knows what other options Judge considered? Impossible to know how they interpret the law. If this was her goal, I bet she was planning on bargaining with the new council on the new island. Get them to overturn the ruling after delivering Perfect 25. Has Carmelina protested the ruling in the past? She's submitted motions to have the ruling overturned and to get on the council. All have been denied, though. Can I see these motions? Of course! I pulled them from the Moon database. I'll give you a little extra for free. I don't know if this helps with anything, though. Hit me. About 25 years ago, Carmelina went into isolation for a year. No one saw her. Any idea why? She said it was for work. She had a new project and didn't want to be disturbed. Nothing ever came of it, though. We were never shown the fruits of her labor. Why do you think this matters? You know when you get a bad feeling and it festers? Maybe I just needed to say it out loud. Maybe it means something. I'll see what I can find. Why would Doom Jazz kill the council? Got the cash to pay for a secret? This is a big one. The Syndicate's origins aren't what they seem. He knows the original secret. Before the first island, during the Great Betrayal, Montserrat made a mistake that got Doom Jazz's father killed. This was before you joined up with the Syndicate. He was our original military general, a legendary soldier. I'd always heard rumors about him before I joined the Syndicate. There weren't many humans the gods feared, but he was one of them. When the Syndicate fled to the first island, Montserrat made a stupid call to investigate a tomb that was supposed to contain a heavenly weapon. He was wrong. There was nothing there. Doomjazz's father attempted to hold off the pursuing armies during Montserrat's folly. It was too much. Our pursuers broke through and killed half of the Syndicate before he got away. The incident was struck from history, but some of the existing council members know about it. Ice Kiwami likes to talk when he's at his drink, and Doomjazz was his closest friend. He let the secret slip. Doomjazz has learned that Montserrat is responsible for Doomjazz's father's death. Montserrat was planning an operation that was a repeat of that incident, but this time Akiko is in harm's way. Was? Ice Kiwami had some skeleton in his closet. He got found out. The next island was going to be a bad time for him. He took his own life a few years ago. They'd been friends since the Great Betrayal, hadn't they? Ice got Doomjazz out of the torture chamber where he lost his arms. Doomjazz refused to give up his medical studying even as the haunted ziggurat in Scotland was besieged. He was captured, tortured, and fled after Ice broke him out. They were late joining up with the Syndicate, and Doomjazz missed his father's death. By that time, it had been covered up. What do you know about Lydia and Sam? I know that it will cost you. I know about their last job. What last job? Back in the day, Lydia told you that after she met Sam, they left the world of assassination for good, right? But it isn't that easy. Once you're in that world, you are bound to it until you fulfill all of your duties. An assassin is the most effective tool in the world. All tools have owners. In order to leave their old life behind, Lydia's former master had her do one last job. She had to destabilize the government in Europe. Several dead officials allowed for a regime change. Why didn't she tell me this? We've been friends for millennia. She's ashamed. They vowed to end the killing. Sam helped her do the job. They were in it together. It's not as romantic as the story they told everyone, is it? Always be suspicious of romantic stories, lady. Life doesn't work like that. Is this what the council murder is? A regime change? Who can say? Was it revenge? A crime of passion? A regime change? We've got some investigating to do. Do you know why Witness would want to kill the council? Let's see your crystal. I know Witness was growing to despise Montserrat. Montserrat was tightening his grip on us all. Montserrat was giving into paranoia, worried about his precious, perfect island. History was repeating. The island was shrouded in fear. We'd all grown complacent and happy in our freedoms. Montserrat had always been building towards a perfect island and a perfect syndicate. As you know, the syndicate was formed with the goal of resurrecting our gods. 24 islands in and we weren't doing a good job. Almost all of the pyramids out in the ocean sit empty. Montserrat didn't care though. He decided that was step 2. Montserrat was obsessed with the island sequences? He drifted that way. Most of the syndicate are self-serving and followed. Why worry about the gods if you can get a nicer apartment? Why wouldn't Witness want to go along with that? You've been God for a while. Montserrat changed, so did Witness. Witness didn't trust Montserrat at all. Has Witness been deceived by a god? Not that I'm aware of. I've never had that suspicion. I think this is just some self-radicalization. He slipped further and further into warped and fear of the astral masters. You don't need to be deceived into being a servant when you've got a healthy dose of the end of time spirit in you. So Witness murders the council to put the fear of the gods into them and refocus the syndicate on our holy mission? I'm not saying that's what happened, but if you want to pin a motive on Witness is what I'd go with. Witness believes we're heading for the end times. How can we have end times if our gods are dead or dormant? Only a handful of gods came to Earth. The rest of them are out there. The gods are self-serving morons. They'd never look out for their own kind. Take it up with Witness. I have no time for religious debates. How can I help, lady? Crimson, have you got any upgrades for Starlight? You've come to the right place. I guess you're breaking into those nightmare computers looking for evidence, right? I've got an upgrade which will give Starlight the ability to read more of the symbols. Get you into more systems and more evidence. I have not enough blood crystals. I got a lot of juicy information. Incomprehensible Starlight skin obtained. The universe will kill you. If you ever learn the true nature of it, you will die. The enormity of the universe will crack your mind in two.
Game saved. Relic obtained.
A sacred reward for pyramid envisioning. A citizen was very faithful. A tower that broadcasts music to the speakers on the island. There's a tape in here.
Music obtained.
This paradise is creeping me out. When the veil falls and the naked body of crime is exposed, the island begins to crumble. The balance is tilted and the illusion falls apart. That's poetic. I'm trying it out. I know you think I'm an asshole. I'm giving speaking nice a go. It's hard enough. It's hard though. You're doing well. You're making me blush, love dies. Peace. Unmarked videotapes strike fear in the minds of the cautious. What's on it? Who made it? Why was it abandoned? Will I be put on a list if the authorities know that I have it in my possession? A gemstone fused with the owner's blood, worn by the prideful with something to show.
Blood crystals obtained.
I've been in these apartments for a while now.
Blood crystals obtained.
Another blood crystal. Danchi.
The investigator, I presume.
Where did you come from? Where does anyone come from? Who are you?
My new name is one last Keith. That's what there is corruption on this island.
New name? My old self was left behind, taken from me. I assumed a new form and new name. I wonder if you'll discover my old self? When you look around this island, what do you see? Unknowable secrets, always on the edge of my vision, rarely allowing me to focus on them.
This island is a thousand little tragedies waiting to be discovered.
I know where one is. When things die, where do they go? Do you think I am dead? If I am, where would I be?
I don't.
You want me to find your resting place? The Syndicate Graveyard? This little game better lead to something. I hope so too, Investigator. Okay, that was interesting. Shinji's all the way down here. You met that Yuri creep yet? He seems like a bad time. A real bad time. Finalist though, you know, Chief? Like, could that sack of shit actually kill the council? He's got a secret though, you can tell. Everyone here has a secret. Don't get smart with me, Love Dies. And now he's up here.
Blood crystal obtained.
I'm in someone's backyard. I mean, their front. Porch. There's something up ahead. Someone used the black market for status. Foolish reprisals are often deadly.
Blood crystal obtained.
I'm just going around stealing blood crystals. There's a bunch of people I haven't talked to yet. th Island Sequence. Monster Art leads us to the real world to reclaim the corpse of Dire Rose. Tragedy strikes. The God Hunters repel us. The plaque says the blue goat brings fruit. It's traditional to donate and let blood in prayer at a temple. Citizen housing. And now I'm at citizen apartments. Poisoned Throne Apartments, named in honor of the assassination of the Queen of Spain by Serena Doom Jazz. I'm getting hungry. A small but bright stone. Looking at it makes the world around you fade away, and you can hear distant memories imprinted on the stone by the wearer. This one is full of happiness. Oh, I can give this to the ghost. Citizens sometimes throw coins into fountains for luck. Luck doesn't exist. Some people get very obsessive about grasshoppers.
I travel unlocked.
The slow poison of ambition creeps through your veins, never living for the moment, but the next moment. The next moment will forever be out of reach. It doesn't exist. It never can. How's the investigation going? It's progressing. Going through my suspect list. Am I on it? I guess it must be, right? We're all guilty until proven innocent when something like this happens, right? What about getting people to the next island? Anything strange? I'm still in charge of getting the syndicate off this island and onto the next. Some of us got moved, but the rest are stuck here until you crack this thing. I've done it for 23 islands without a problem. Once the council began meditating, I started moving us. Get a call, do a pickup, go through the gates, and onto the next island. Repeat. The island feels bad, LD. So, where can I take you? Maybe it was celebratory gardens? Oh, the ghost, yep. I think I have. Really? Can I see? Oh yes, that's it. I can't describe how this makes me feel. It's like we're together again. Please, you keep it. I can feel myself fading out of this world and I can't take the stone with me. When you hold it, I hope you can find the happiness that it gave me. Yo, couldn't help spying on you. What do you want? You like that stone the spirit gave you? Not really. Gems aren't my thing. Fantastic. Want to sell it? Why do you want it? Gems that are tied to the suffering of others are one of my collections. One of?
That's weird.
Oh yeah, I also collect antiques from a planet populated by slug scholars. Also got a cabinet of calcified entrails prayer reads from the mad monks in the Venus labyrinths. So want to sell? 2 blood crystals. One-time offer. Deal. Hand over the crystals. Pleasure doing business with you.
Those crystals obtained.
Okay, this is when the apartment starts. These nightmare computers can log activity in an area. They're normally set up to see who has passed through a door or access the system. If I can use Starlight to help me gain access, then I might be able to get some evidence. Alright, Starlight, let's get to work. Okay, now this one. Another goat one. Last one.
Nightmare computer unlocked.
These are the logs of who entered and exited the Syndicate HQ last night. There's only one route to the council building, and it involves going through the Syndicate HQ. If Henry did escape and kill the council, he'd have come through here. Let's see.
Connecting.
The investigator
Architect
is here.
Carmelina left the HQ earlier through this gate. So did Yuri. Doom Jazz didn't leave his clinic.
Analyzing.
Henry hasn't been logged coming through this gate. This is the only way he'd get to the council building by himself. Is there another route he could have taken from his cell? Interesting. Rare and highly prized. Sometimes people inflict misery on others in an attempt to pan for them. How do nightmare computers look? Okay. They have a screen.
Ha!
First island sequence. Our blessed island plan was formed. Ezekiel forms the council to lead us into new island sequences. The plaque says the blue goat brings fruit. Oh, Shiji was there. I missed it. Blue crest.
Key item obtained.
There are people here. Lita Montserrat, may the silent goat always walk with you. The last time I saw Montserrat was when I was exiled 3 million days ago. The crime you committed is severe. Your actions could have ended the syndicate. You let yourself be succeeded by damned harmony. The god used you to enact a plot against us, threatening our holy mission and endangering the rest of the holy cosmic pantheon. I cannot believe you of all people let this happen. It breaks my heart. You served us so well and for so long. Do you have anything to say? Those deceived by gods are victims, not criminals. Victims? I did not willingly embrace damned harmony. Gods deceive you by manipulating your psyche. They can only do that if they find a weakness. You should have no weakness. You were the head of the Paradise Psycho Unit. You were supposed to protect us against these dangers. You failed us. Your sentence is exile. You will be sent to the idle lands for the rest of your eternal life. The Paradise Psycho Unit will be disbanded. Goodbye, Lady Love Dies. We will never meet again. He was right about that. They never did meet again.
Halt! What do you want, freak?
To see Carmelina. Is she expecting you? I'd hope so. She should know the investigators on the island. Grand Marshal Akiko 14 already has the suspect in custody. The crime is solved. Let's not do this. Just take me to Carmelina.
Whatever.
She waits in the throne
She
room.
waits in the throne room.
Architect Carmelina's Island.
Lady Love dies. The investigator.
Architect
is
Carmelina.
Carmelina's Island.
Architect of the island sequences. Born to Romeo and Natasha's silence in the fourth island sequence under the sign of Blood Dancer. Her parents were skilled architects and taught her how to weave psychic will into structure. Carmelina has since become a genius architect and will soon achieve the perfect island. Romeo's silence was seduced by the god Cosmic Deceit and committed treason against the syndicate. As part of his punishment, no member of the Silence family would ever be allowed in the council. Her mother was killed fighting to protect the council during the demonic invasion of the ninth island sequence.
The investigation freak.
Exile wasn't permanent for the investigation freak, or her little computer.
Sure.
If the syndicate needs me, I'd answer. This is the worst crime in our history. Leader Montserrat and the entire council have been taken from us. Losing Montserrat to an act of savagery is a loss all of us in the syndicate will struggle to overcome. It worked out okay for you. You got the throne.
I am
A temporary measure ordered by your new master. A new council will be assembled on the next island. Why did judges choose you to assume the role of leader?
We have achieved
Temporary
perfection.
leader, don't forget that.
Craft is its own
The law still stands. I am a servant, not a leader. The sins of my father still bind me. That's what I don't get. Your father's punishment still stands. You shouldn't be on the throne.
We have achieved
You're out of the
perfection.
loop. The next island will be perfect, and I'm the architect. I will see us to the new island and then step aside. Any guarantee of that?
It is cowardly to insinuate investigation.
Law is law. The leader cannot overturn it without unanimous council backing. The marshals work for the council, not the leader. They will ensure the law is carried out.
Craft is its
I am an
own-
artist, a craftswoman. I have no desire to manage and administrate. These concrete halls are vessels for bureaucracy, not art. I hope you can close this incident quickly. This island wants to die. Perfect 25 is coming. The murderer is in custody. Alleged murderer.
Do your job.
Do not ignore the evidence to find a truth that isn't there. I'm here to hunt the truth that haunts this island, no matter which truth you may cling to.
Believe what you want. Can I help you with anything? Crime
Can you think of anyone that would want to strike against the council? Asking such a thing is dreadful, investigator. The prime suspect is behind bars and needs to be executed.
This is
All of us are
nonsense.
loyal members of the syndicate. I can't think of anyone that would commit a crime like this.
I have a bad feeling
What about
about
yourself? Would you have any reason to commit murder? Absolutely not. How dare you, investigator? Is there anyone that can think of a reason for you? I'm beginning to think Judge made a mistake bringing you back. Architect, what did you know about the crime last night? Only what we were told by the Grand Marshal in the crisis meeting.
This is
Henry broke free and
nonsense.
murdered the council. Why would a citizen have enough motive and ability to kill the council breaching all of the holy seals? That's not for me to question. I'm surprised there's any question at all. Though you believe he did it?
Investigator is here.
Of course, and so should you. You're a disgrace. Finish this quickly and maybe the next council will look favorably on you. Do you feel you aren't being rewarded for your hard work, Architect? What do you mean by that? I have heard that there is a suspicion that you feel aggrieved by all your hard work building the islands not being rewarded with a seat on the council.
Craft is
I
its
do not
own-
require a reward for my craft. Craft is its own reward. Are you trying to build a motive for me?
I was born
That's my job. You're going down the wrong path. Titles and power aren't my desires. What can you tell me about your self-imposed isolation 25 years ago? I have no idea why something I did 25 years ago is any of your concern. What were you doing? You said it was for a project, but no one has ever seen what came of it. What I choose to do is nothing you need to concern yourself with. Where were you last night? Visiting witness. His role is to oversee the end of an island. The last moments are best enjoyed with an old friend. Do you often visit witness? Not in recent times. Our paths diverged. Then why last night? For so long he has been integral to my heart. Every island has failed and he has borne witness to the end of each one. This may be the last time an island ends. If Island 25 is perfect, there will be no more endings to watch. I wanted to say goodbye to an old art. What time did you arrive? About 9 p.m. The locks in his apartment to be able to confirm that. I'll make sure I check them. I'll save you a question as well. I left when Judge summoned us for a crisis meeting sometime after midnight. Did you see Yuri last night? He is my secretary investigator. It would be strange were I not to see him. So that was before you went to witness his apartment? Yes, we concluded our business for the day and he left to deal with the fairy woman from the celebratory gardens. What do you know about KHX's disappearance? It's a mystery. I do hope nothing bad has happened to him. We always enjoy talking. When did you last see him? A couple of weeks ago. My schedule became hectic as we closed down the island. Did you see Crimson last night? I didn't see Miss Acid last night. She was probably in her little den. Go and speak to her. Do you know anything about the murder of the marshal guards outside of the console building? Losing fine marshals to a killer like that is a tragedy. Unfortunately, I do not have any further insight for you, investigator. What do you know about the second Holy Seal? It's one of the big mysteries, isn't it, investigator? You want the architect and you don't know? Security. It's the only bit of the island I don't design. It is better for the council to design their security and keep the secrets to themselves. What do you know about the escape last night? You should speak to the Grand Marshal investigator. She was there and has a report ready for you.
Halt! What do you want, freak?
Oh, blood crystal.
Blood crystal obtained.
Another guard. Second island sequence, a dreadful time. We learn of the demons in the stars and they come for us.
Blood crystal obtained.
Silent Goats, the first god humanity had contact with. He gifted his powers to the Syndicate while he was being tortured during the Great Betrayal. His gift allowed us to create the silent sequences. I've already cracked this computer. 30 seconds till ad break. And I'll be taking a little break too. I want to cry floods of unending tears, painted by Lydia Daybreak.
travel unlocked. Starlight skins obtained.
Lady Love dies.
Doctor discharged.
Indeed. I've missed you, Love Dies. The island is about to end.
Got it.
I see.
Got it.
What?
I don't like this.
That's not nice.
Oh. I forgot to unmute myself, my bad. I'm just not one for outwardly displaying misery. What's your take on the syndicate on this island? Keep myself to myself. I'm not interested in the schemes. It's exhausting. Drama and politics are drugs. It's best not to get hooked. That's a medical opinion.
I have a bad feeling.
That tells me all I need to know about the state of this place. Anything else I can help you with? You think Henry did this, Doc? You read my report? Not yet. Go and see Akiko and the prisoner. I left my report with her for you. That didn't answer my question. It's all I can tell you. I don't speculate on suspicions and hunches. I'm looking for facts. Can you make an exception for me? You only speak to me when you want something, Love Dies. It hurts. Just doing my job. There's a mass murder that needs solving. I'm not going to speculate. You can bring anything you want to me for my fact-based opinion, though. What do you think about it?
The facts and the truth.
It's a nice story. People like to believe the easiest answer that fits their worldview.
The investigator.
We kidnap citizens and force them to pray to genocidal gods. Of course the Syndicate would believe one of the vile working class would do this. There's something else at work here. Well, at least you have a working theory. Can you think of anyone that has got motive? That's a biggie. Such a terrible crime. I'm afraid I don't know anything about it. Everyone is as innocent or as guilty as each other. Would you kill the council for revenge for the death of your father? You've got some guts coming onto my yacht-flinging bullshit like that around. Just doing my job, Doc. I'm not a killer. Never have been, never will be. Regardless of what happened to my father. Where were you at the time of the murder? I was in my clinic until I was called to examine Henry. He was found outside the council building. Blood everywhere. I checked him over. Akiko has my report for you. Go and see her if you haven't already. The Syndicate building log should confirm my alibi. I've already seen them. They confirm your claim. Did you see Yuri last night? Yuri Knight last night? Heh. I didn't see him last night, I'm afraid. Love Dies. Did you examine the dead guards at the first Holy Seal? Nope. Akiko wouldn't let me. Why? She said that's military jurisdiction. She didn't want the corpses of her soldiers disrespected with a post-mortem. Even though there could be evidence? In her mind, she's already got the case solved. Henry's behind bars, and she clearly did it. Do you believe that? I'm not much into belief stuff, Love Dies. I'm waiting to see what truth you find. Is there a database of DNA or blood samples for everyone on the island? You want to run some blood? Wish I could help. Just after the crisis meeting last night, parts of the central server started corrupting. That's convenient. Isn't it? I became aware of it because the terminal in my lab does an automated backup in the early hours. I got a report that the backup failed. I took a look at it and part of the medical archive has corrupted. What about the backup of the central server on the moon? That went down as well. The corruption spread, not to all of the moon database. I can still access most of the files on there. Where's the server on the island? In the caverns under the island. Masahiro Heavy Industries maintains it. Maybe I should write that down. Caverns under the island. MHI. Or database. The only entrance into the cavern is via the deep factory, and that's under lockdown. Via deep factory. Why? The deep factory is shut down at the end of the island. Only 4 people can unlock it. Councilmember Macon Origin ran Masahiro, but her dead body is up in the council penthouse. Same with Pandora too. She ran Dead Nebula in the deep factory. Nicolina Rose is second in command of Dead Nebula, but they're on the next island. Lydia took them early on. And Balthazar Tears was Macon's assistant at Masahiro, but he's on the next island as well. I'll go to the 25th island and bring Nicolina and Balthazar back, and they can open up the deep factory so I can find out what the hell is going on with that server. Not so fast, Love Dies. No one leaves this island. Judge's orders. Besides, you need Lydia to take you to the next island. She's on your list of suspects, right? So what do I do about this server? 2 options. Chalk it up to bad luck and coincidence, or let it fuel a dreadful, all-consuming conspiracy. I'll go for the second one. Haha, keep on trucking, Love Dies. Tell me about the inhibitors used to sedate Henry. Masahiro Heavy Industries tech. Drugs that sedate the body and inhibit psychic ability. They were designed specifically for victims of demonic possession. Calm the body and mind to stop them from lashing out. Henry's dosage level has been correct for the last decade. Do you know if anything can interfere with Henry's inhibitors? You're not the first person to ask, Love Dies. Who? Witness.
That's not nice.
Witness is responsible for overseeing the end of an island and ensuring it all goes smoothly. He's obsessed with fail points in the process. He got worried that Henry could be a fail point. Could he get loose at the end? He's executed and not part of the slaughter ritual with the other citizens. There's a time when he's out of his cage before he's executed. Akiko handles the execution, so he's in safe hands, but Witness got obsessed about the inhibitors that keeps Henry sedated. Are they a fail point? Possibly, but you'd have to get past the Grand Marshal. He'd need a massive spike of adrenaline, and the only way I can think of to provide that would be an injection. Could someone have done that? Adrenaline is manufactured by the body. You need a drug to induce it artificially. His blood work came back clean, though. No one gave him that drug. What do you know about KHX's disappearance? I heard he was missing. He keeps himself to himself, so I don't see him a lot. You've been up to his place on the cliffs? Did you see the architect last night? She said at the crisis meeting that she was at Witness's apartment. Witness can probably tell you more. Did you see Crimson last night? She has her little emporium. Go ask her. What do you know about the second Holy Seal? Not a thing, Love Dies. Council business.
I've got all the time in the world. I've missed you, Love Dies.
It's been so long since we spent time together. You still a wine and whiskey woman? Not a lot of either in the Idle Lands. Want a glass with me? Enjoy the island for a few minutes before going back to all that murder. I've got a bottle of Freedom Letter open. I'm working. The offer's there if you change your minds. You're carrying the weight of Syndicate on your shoulders. Don't let it get too much. How's it feeling to be investigating again?
Time to breathe life back into paradise.
Indeed it is. How has the doctor been since I last saw him? Keeping entertained, you know. It's a small island, but there's always a way to have fun. I'm sure there is. Only one way to find out. Relentless. You don't give up, do you? Can you blame me? It was an unforgettable night, Love Dies. Maybe you've got some time right now? Each second I spend here allows the truth to slink further into the shadows. Paradise can't wait, huh? Feel free to swing by anytime, Love Dies. I'll keep that in mind. I am enraptured by you, Love Dies. Besotted, enthralled. Where's this going? I understand the key to your heart is information. You desire the unknown. You desire to know about people. Maybe there's something I can help you with. You said you might be able to help me? Love dies. You've charmed me. Despite the tragedy of last night, this island is infinitely more radiant now that you're here. Because it's you and I can't get you out of my head, I'll break some ethics. I've treated Witness for death screams trauma. He started complaining of being able to hear screaming on occasion. We had no idea what the cause was, but it kept happening. I eventually narrowed it down to psychic death screams. What the hell is that? When someone dies, they involuntarily emit a death scream and a burst of psychic energy. Normally you can't hear them, but he didn't become attuned to them. How? That's still a mystery. I don't know if we'll ever know. He attributes it to the god's anger. He's all doom and gloom about us not doing enough to please the gods. He's taking it as one of the many signs of the end times. Treatment? What treatment does he take? High strength migraine relief. That's the only thing that's worked. What about during the citizen slaughter ritual at the end of an island? Surely that would be overwhelming. That's different. The priest conducting the ritual channeled the psychic energy released by the slaughter into energy for the gods. It's dissipated away from the island. Does anyone else suffer from them? We had a case on Island 15. A syndicate member killed themselves because they kept hearing them. But no one else on the island? Not in the way Witness does. I think demons can probably feel them. Every demon we've encountered has been attuned to psychic energy. Would this include the demonically possessed? Probably, but I can't say for sure. How would it affect them? I'd imagine a spike in adrenaline. Anything else about Witness? I've been worried about his mental health. He's become secretive and guarded. Is manifesting in the standard ways, but multiple appointments with him have been interrupted by phone calls. He won't take a call with someone in the room and always steps out onto his balcony. Other people have reported the same thing. Who? Architect Carmelina? She started noticing it several years ago. She's worried that he was slipping into paranoia. Why are you suddenly telling me this? It's been playing on my mind. I've been thinking about last night and the lunatics we have on the island. Then the heavens sent an angel to come and question me. Thank you, Doctor. You've been invaluable. Remember to hurry on back if you need an examination or anything. The back door to Doom Jazz's clinic. This should be covered by the Syndicate HQ logs, but the door log looks broken. That means it won't log who enters and exits. I wonder if Doom Jazz uses this. I found a door. A door?
What?
The back door to your clinic. The connection to the nightmare console that logs who enters and exits the Syndicate HQ has been broken. Is it really? I had no idea. Sure you didn't.
Sure.
Time to get back to civilization.
investigator is here.
Okay, that's to the crime scene. Okay, I'll just keep going forward until I get to Akiko. Listen to the tape. The water that reflects the moon is warmer than the surrounding water. You bathe in it for restorative properties. Game saved. I'm going the wrong way. How do I get there?
Respawning.
Did you see the architect last night? I heard she was hanging out with Witness last night. You should ask her. Seems odd. Did you see the doctor last night? I know something about his clinic but won't charge you. Find the back door. How do I get over there? It's Shinji.
This is a work of art. The integrity of this syndicate is the canvas. A knife is the brush. Is it modern art? Abstract? Formal? Who can say? I always hated art. Anyway, gotta run.
A monument to the moon. The sphere of death that is split in two by a great chasm. I can feel a grim silence from the deserted city on the dark side. Lydia. This was someone's arm. Horrific. What the fuck? I picked up a severed arm. I heard that time separates passion from conspiracy. Where did you hear that? How should I know? I can barely keep this form together. Who knows where I was drifting? How much time did this crime take? Was it opportunity or a centuries-old plan? Time's a weird thing on these islands. It is now raining. The towers sparkle in the waning sun, a cascade of jewels as far as the eye can see. Maybe I can use Lydia to go there. A kiss while the many-eyed goat watches is the most romantic of kisses. You buying this Henry story? I hope it's him, LD. If it was one of us, the syndicate could collapse. Akiko-chan found him at the scene. He had a knife in the Vic's blood, right? That paints a pretty convincing picture. Maybe it's a little too convincing. You think something else is going on, LD? I'm worried it's too easy to buy and accept the Henry story. What if someone set him up? These islands are full of power plays. What if this one, if exploring our preconceived notion that the oppressed citizens will rise up against... It's a scary thought, LD. Did you have any problems with the council? Nope. Me and Sammy are just living our lives, LD. We're not into the politics and scheming on the island. What about the rest of the syndicate? Anyone come to mind that has a grudge against the council? This is a dark line of questioning, LD. If people find out I've said anything, I'll get a target put on me. You're an ex-assassin that's cooperating with the lead investigator. You'll be fine. I need your help, Lydia. I've been gone so long. Things are weird on this island. You're telling me? Okay, because it's you. I've started to worry about a couple of people. Yuri's up to no good. What makes you say that? We'll get into that later. Carmelina's the other one. The architect? Why? Gut feeling, LD. Where were you at the time of the murder? Sammy had packed up his bar, so I picked him up. It was his turn to go through the Paradise Gates to the next island. I took him over there, but before we could go through, they locked in response to the murder. Will the logs at the gates confirm this? Should do. We started the warm-up procedure, but then it shut down. What's the deal with the warm-up procedure? You can't just walk through the Paradise Gates. They're connected to another reality. It takes a lot of power to move between different realities, and it's a complicated procedure. The gates need some time to draw enough power into the calculations to get you to the next island. How is that different to just driving around the island? We're now hopping between realities on the island so we can just cruise. It's a bit of single reality driving, huh? You got it. Holler at me anytime you want to go for a cruise, LD. Let's talk about your suspicions about Carmelina. Carm's a genius, LD. The next island will probably be perfect. She'll have crafted a masterpiece. You probably heard people talk about Montserrat. He was getting paranoid. He was getting arrogant. For some people, honing their craft is enough. Others need rewards. I don't know if Montserrat was in the credit-giving frame of mind. A slighted genius? Maybe. I had to ask about this, Lydia. Do you have a motive for killing the council? I get it, LD. Just doing your job. Nah, me and Sammy haven't got a reason to hit the syndicate like this. You're happy here? As anyone can be.
The facts and the truth are not...
Sorry to ask this, Lydia, but I need you to tell me about the last job you did. You mean moving us to the next island? No, the regime changed in Europe before the syndicate. What the hell told you about that? Wait, it was acid, wasn't it? What does this have to do with the council murder? The murder has all the hallmarks of a regime change. Oh, give me a break, LD. Me and Sammy were assassins. We did assassin shit. It was the last job we had to do to buy our freedom. That was millennia ago, a different epoch. It has nothing to do with last night. Had to ask. No, you didn't. Has Yuri got motive for killing the council? He's ambitious and wants power. He hasn't earned it, though. Unearned power is bad news, LD. He used to be small time, a shitty little kid, but one day he got buff. One day? Yeah, it was weird. Almost overnight he became handsome, got six-pack abs, and started to be charming. His charm's fake, though. He's trying to get his own way all the time, but be careful with him. He's been trying to push his own agenda on the council, but it's never gone well. Montserrat was fixed on his plan. Yuri wasn't going to push him around. I got a bad feeling about him a while back and pulled some records from the moon database. Here, take them. Try asking Sammy as well. People get loose lips in a bar. Yuri requests to join council. Motion table to the council. Yuri Knight formally requests acceptance into the council. Motion was declined. Unanimous vote. Additional note. Yuri Knight became violent and had to be restrained. Yuri Knight threatened leader Montserrat. Yuri Knight was detained and is now under watch. What can you tell me about Yuri and what he was doing last night? I was talking with him all night. He was my handler for the pickups. Pickups? You know, LD, the move to the next island. The islands exist in separate pockets of reality, so we can't just hop on a built trip over there. We have to go through the Paradise Gates, get a trans-dimensional travel on. Masahiro Heavy Industries built this car to do it. It's the only thing on the island that can go through the gates, and I'm the ferry woman. On the night an island ends, I wait for syndicate members to report to Yuri that they are done with their duties. Yuri calls me and arranges a pickup. I grab them and take them through the gates to the new island. You were in contact with him all night? Well, there was a time when I couldn't contact him. When we got to the Paradise Gates, I checked in with him to confirm the warm-up sequence started, but I couldn't get through to him. Any idea why? Is it unusual? Lydia said she was in contact with Yuri last night. She tried phoning him at about midnight to find out when the next pickup was, but his phone was dead. What caused his phone to be unreachable? It has happened a couple of times before. The reality folding drive sometimes causes it. Just odd it happened last night of all nights. I'll try checking his phone records at the comms tower. Do you know anything about the murder of the marshal guards outside the council building? Not a thing, LD. I was working last night. What do you know about the second seal? It's a secret, LD. I've never been through that big door in the council building. What do you know about KHX's disappearance? Haven't seen him in a while, LD. Was hoping he'd turn up on my list of pickups last night. I thought he was just taking some time out, but he'd be ready to go to the next island. I guess something bad happened. Have you poked around his place on the mountain? Did you see the architect last night? I didn't see her, LD. Was waiting for the call to pick her up. I heard she was at Witness's apartment, if that helps. Did you see Crimson last night?
What are you talking
Have you asked her yourself, LD? I didn't see her last night. Did you see the doctor last night? DJ said he was in his clinic all night. Have you asked him? What do you know about the escape last night? You read the report, LD? That's all I know. You'd have to ask Akiko-chan yourself.
Let's go for a drive, LD.
What led you to the life of an assassin? How come you're asking me about this now? We never talked about it before my exile. And now a mass murder happens, you just happen to bring it up? I had a lot of time to think in the idle lands. Not a lot to do up there, huh? I missed you. Ah, I miss you too, LD. I don't like to talk about it, you know? That's behind me. Being an assassin was simple. You don't have to worry about a lot once you get good at it. Find the target, learn the target, end the target. Love, though, that's complicated. That's why I drive and paint. I always need a skill to master. You got a new car since I've been gone. Pretty, ain't she? Upgraded. Got bored of the muscle car look. Masahiro offered to refit the old girl, but I wanted to change. So, here she is. Burn Parliament. A lot of memories cruising in the old girl. Endless summer nights, right, LD? Endless possibility. Things were simpler. Things are so messed up right now. The way of the world. You cool if I drop you off at the beach, LD? Sure thing. Thanks for the ride. Relationship increased. I have something I think we should discuss. Do you have something you want to tell the investigator? This is a sensitive subject, LD. For who? It's about someone on the island, but it might be something you don't want us to hear about. I'm an investigator. The truth doesn't care about feelings. You know, I told you that Yuri suddenly got ripped overnight to become a new person? What if it was a god that did it? Even a blessing?
Weird.
Deception.
Prove it.
That's dangerous talk. The goddess Enchanted Blue bestows physical gifts in return for devotion. Deception by a god is a crime. I don't want to just accuse him.
I don't.
What makes you so sure? He's been going on and on about retrieving her body. She's dormant in the Sahara caverns in the real world. Yuri wants the council to authorize an op to go and get her. That's suicide. Enchanted Blue is guarded by elite custodians. I know. There's no way Montour would let it happen. I think that's why he's been pushing to get on the council. If he's been deceived, would he really kill the council? He's not going to be on the new council. What if he doesn't stop until he is? I'll keep your suspicions secret, but I'll look into it. Thanks, Lydia. I was hoping she would take me over here. "20-second island sequence. The vampire murders begin. We will be haunted by this vile monster in our ranks." Vampire murders? I'd like to hear more about that.
Blood crystal obtained. Game saved.
A blood crystal.
Blood crystal obtained.
Now I have 8 of them again. What's going on here? Island sequence. The erroneous timelines. Gregory Complex gave his life so that they may be switched back.
Fast travel unlocked.
A mass of mutilated flesh was once found in a bamboo forest. Overnight it reformed into a many-headed goat. It was praised and worshipped. a computer. Click into everything.
Dragix3 just redeemed.
Thank
Pat my
you
head.
for the redeeming pat my head. How are you doing today? Good? Good! I'm currently just clicking into all the evidence and stuff. So I can get rid of the exclamation points. Okay, notes. I need to confirm that Yuri's phone was unreachable when Lydia says it was. Find somewhere to verify Yuri's phone records. I need to confirm Yuri's location last night. I need to also... Okay. I need to find out what the third holy seal is. It should be deep within the council building. Why is there a back door to Doom Jazz's clinic? Why is it broken? Confirm alibi with the Paradise Gate logs. Question Sam about his suspicions. Get Sam's alibi. Okay. Watch beautiful waters to catch the vibes. It's the only way. Existing without vibes is no existence at all. A loyalty card for the Second Heaven convenience store. They pride themselves on their fried chicken. There's only one convenience store on the island. This card says it's in association with Dead Nebula. In loving memory of Tamago, the best Hamu and my best friend. Okay, I've been here already. There are a bunch of people here I have to go speak to. I still don't know how to get to Akiko. This way. A mother pleads for mercy. Her son transgressed. Love between the syndicate and citizens is expressly forbidden.
I feel like I could talk to you all day, Love Dies.
What's on your mind?
Everything, nothing. You know how it is. Feeling quite relaxed.
You're the only one on this island that is.
That's why you're in this situation. Too many people that take things too seriously. They don't think about others, just their own advancement. That isn't how a perfect society runs.
Do you come from a perfect society?
You don't get this attitude and charming personality unless you come from a place where everyone in the government is looking to scapegoat you for your own cruelty and fuck-ups.
You personally?
Of course not me personally, the lower classes. No time to chat, things to do.
But I thought you said... Ah. Okay, let me save, both save and unlock the fast travel here.
Fast travel unlocked. Game saved.
More refreshing than a cosmic apocalypse. Okay, this is ruling residence. Let me write this down. Nightmare computer.
Those crystals obtained.
This might lead me there. To the next person to talk to. Yep.
Witness to the end.
The so-called investigation freak returns to the island sequences.
Overseer of each dying paradise, born in the Chaos Palace in northern Iran in AD 981 under the sign of destroyed Eden. As a child, Witness was enslaved under the banner of Crying Grudge and put to work building the perpetually growing Chaos Palace in North Persia. During the Great Betrayal, Witness refused to budge in his devotion, fleeing to hide within the impossible labyrinth of the Chaos Palace. Ezekiel found Witness and urged him to follow him. They became close. Witness was still a young man and Ezekiel older and wiser. Witness looked up to him as a father figure after being taken from his own father at a young age. Witness holds a great deal of responsibility overseeing the end of an island. He ensures every failure is perfect. He collects and breeds rare plants in his penthouse. Good to see you again, Witness. Apologies for Starlight. I do remember you.
How long has it been since you last did work for our holy masters? Time moves so strangely here. We are grains of sand that drift in the astral wake of the heavenly titans. Especially after last night. The island is ready to end. The time flow is broken. The gods are displeased. We are supposed to be their loyal servants, our only purpose to resurrect them. Now we squabble and scheme, our holy work brought to a screeching halt by murder. So many have strayed from the path. This must be a sign from the gods.
I'm here to do the work of the gods.
I can see it in you, Love Dies, the fire of holiness. I live in fear of the rage of the cosmic deities. Maybe you can quell their anger?
What's with the holy proclamations? This isn't your usual style.
Far too much has happened in your absence. Truth has become more mutable. Our masters are not being served. The syndicate has lost its way. I have not strayed from the path. Too many of us have forgotten what it means to serve our masters. I fear last night was one of our punishments. Or maybe it was a divine reminder. Are you here to punish the wicked monster that committed this atrocity? The sinner that allowed demons onto the island, will he burn in the fire of justice?
How are you feeling about losing your jurisdiction?
Judge has no rights. It just proves how far this island has fallen. A holy man should be allowed to do his holy work. Now, how can I assist you with your holy work?
Do you believe Henry is responsible?
All they can do is trust in the gods and have faith that what happened was part of their divine will.
But do you believe Henry did it?
It is not for me to question the gods.
Witness, do you think anyone has a motive for killing the council?
Our holy mission has been left unattended for too long. Any number of the sinners here could have done it. Perhaps it was an act of the gods. Heavenly anger leads to heavenly smiting.
Heavenly anger? Is that what happened last night?
Our holy mission is to exalt and resurrect our astral masters. This has been forgotten. Too much focus has been put on the island sequences. What good are the islands if we are now raising our gods from slumber? The gods seethe with anger. I can feel it. The signs are all around us. Demons, murder, sin. The gods always punish those that sin. Those are the rules. The syndicate sins by not giving everything to our lords. Perhaps this was an act of punishment by the gods?
Do gods often use knives?
Gods use instruments to carry out their will.
Are you one of these instruments?
We should all be servants of the gods. That isn't the same as being an instrument tapped to carry out their will.
So anyone including the pantheon of actual deities could be responsible for council murder?
Righteous work is never easy work.
Do you have motive for killing the council?
I am a humble servant striving to live on the righteous path. Murdering the council is not on that path.
Am I taking your word for that?
What reason would I have to kill the council? How does that benefit our holy mission?
Who determines the path?
The gods, of course.
Do the gods want you to kill the council?
Don't be ridiculous.
Why were you butting heads with Montserrat so much?
What does that have to do with anything?
I need to know why someone was clashing with a murder victim.
Our leader was not following the holy mission. His focus was on the island sequences, not the gods.
Sounds like he was straying from the path.
Yes, I'm glad you understand. Our first priority is to prostrate ourselves before the gods, not build ourselves a nice home. If our islands fail, then that is the will of the gods. If we trust in them, we will be saved.
Did that make you angry enough to kill?
I know you must ask these questions, but it pays me to hear you question my loyalty and faith.
The facts and the truth are not
You voted against every proposal he put forward, didn't you?
That is the point of our democratic meetings. We all have a say on the direction of the syndicate. His direction veered away from our holy mission. I voiced my disagreement with it.
What kind of proposals were they?
Advancement towards the so-called Perfect 25. I don't care about our new home being perfect if the gods are not there to celebrate with us. Look out to the ocean of madness. So many pyramids sit empty. 24 island sequences and we only have one pyramid resident. We are capable of so much more.
Why haven't we done more?
Montserrat had other plans. Grand resurrections could wait until the island sequences are solved. What is the point of Perfect 25 if the gods remain in pain? I wanted to remind Montserrat of the syndicate's purpose, so I pointed against everything he and the rest of the council put forward.
Did you remind him with a knife by any chance?
Absolutely not.
Why have you started taking calls in private?
Why is this anyone's business?
Are you hiding something? Plotting something?
Don't be ridiculous.
Where were you last night?
I spent the night here in my apartment.
By yourself?
The architect came to visit me, a real social call. She was with me at the time of the killings. We left when we were summoned to the crisis meeting.
Why did she come to visit you?
It was unusual. She wanted to spend the last minutes of this withering island with me. It has been quite an age since we spent time together socially.
Was there anything odd about her behavior?
We had a pleasant time. We shared some wine I'd been saving and prepared to say goodbye to paradise.
And you two were in each other's company all evening?
I stepped out onto my balcony to take a phone call from Grand Marshal Akiko. It was fleeting. No more than 5 minutes. What time was this call? Shortly before death visited the island. Akiko was reporting the escape of Henry. I'll follow up with the Grand Marshal. Not long after, marshals were stationed outside the elevator to my apartment. Do you have any proof that you were both in your apartment? The nightmare computer at the entrance logs everyone that enters and exits this apartment. You can pull the records from that and check yourself. Why is yours the only apartment with a logging system? You can't be too careful. I take my privacy seriously. Paranoia. Got it.
Thank you.
Tell me about the moment the council died. I know you suffer from psychic death screams.
Doom Jazz can't be trusted with patient confidentiality around you. Yes, every time a person dies, I am assailed by their psychic death scream echoing out into space. Doom Jazz prescribes me medication for it.
Did you suffer from death scream trauma when they died?
Yes, I was assailed by the psychic death screams of council. I was brought to my knees by the pain.
What do you know about KHX's disappearance?
Nothing. He often went for periods of isolation. Sorry I can't help more, Lady Love Dies.
Did you see Yuri last night?
He is secretary to the architect. Have you spoken to her?
What do you know about the second holy seal?
Nothing, Lady Love Dies. It is a mystery to everyone on the island.
What do you know about Henry's escape?
Only what the Grand Marshal told us. Have you spoken with her?
Doom Jazz told me that you asked about overcoming Henry's inhibitors.
The end of an island is endlessly fascinating. A symphony of finales, all hanging in the balance. Having a demonically possessed prisoner is a significant risk. I need to know everything there is to know.
So you weren't trying to find out how to overcome them to help Henry escape?
Don't be ridiculous. How would that help our holy mission?
Did you see the architect last night?
I don't know what to tell you other than what I've already said. She came to spend the evening with me here. If you want to know what she did before that, you need to ask her.
Did you see Crimson last night?
I didn't see her, Love Dies.
Did you see the doctor last night?
The doctor claims to be in his clinic all night.
Did you see Lydia and Sam last night?
Speak to Yuri, he is her handler.
Do you know anything about the murder of the marshal guards outside of the council building?
Is this case not open and closed? Do you believe there is more? Have you scoured the council building?
Want to chat, witness?
I must warn you that I'm not one for long conversations. Do you think they are happy with what they see?
What's with the zealot thing you've got going on?
And this island does not bask in the light. I came to realize this and now I will live only to serve them. Please tell me you also devote yourself to the Holy Masters.
With all my mind and body.
Your fanaticism fills me with hope. One day we may be able to make the gods happy. Please join me in a prayer. He journeyed across the stars. He came to us and gifted us so much. He was the first, the holy catalyst. Man's dark age was scorched with the fire of devotion. In the face of sin and heresy, I sing for silent goat. He heard us in the crystal claves. He will hear us again. The first, the holy catalyst, silent goat. May we always walk with you.
He journeyed across the stars. He came to us and gifted so much. He was the first, the holy catalyst. Man's dark age was scorched with the fire of devotion. In the face of sin and heresy, I sing for silent goat. He heard us in the crystal caves. He will hear us again. The first, the holy catalyst, silent goat. May we always walk with you.
You are blessed.
Under the gaze of the gods.
The standard gift given to the host when syndicate members visit each other. A craftsperson's tools are a thing of beauty. The grip has been worn into the perfect fit for the user's hands over years of use. Nightmare computer plus the witness. need more blood crystals.
Relic obtained.
Genmaicha is the best tea. Anyone that says different is a liar who hasn't tried it. That's a straight fact. Man, those 3 minutes just go by really fast. I need to speak to the skeleton man.
Blood crystals obtained.
This over here. Bunch of blood crystals.
Blood crystals obtained.
get up there? Maybe if I go up here? Whoops. I swear he's here, somewhere. Up here? Hey, I made it. I've definitely been here before. Up on that. Carps were created by an alien race, and the patterns on their scales can be translated to an esoteric language if you have the correct cipher.
Those crystals obtained. Key item obtained.
Another blue crest. Wonder what these are for, these crests. A poster showing the different tiers of loyalty a customer can achieve with the Second Heaven loyalty card. A CD containing obnoxiously esoteric music by the embryonic adults, completely unlistenable. Delicious Dead Nebula branded dog treats. All workers on the island require prescribed pain medication. All goods produced in the farm and D factory had to be hauled by hand. If it was good enough in ancient Egypt, ... Is there... I'm looking for a safe point so that I can fast travel here in the future. Right here. This is one. I've already unlocked the fast travel here. Citizen housing, quality of life, the syndicate. The syndicate at citizen housing. Nightmare computer. Must be an elevator somewhere. Or a ladder.
Don't you think it's a bit of a flaw?
What is?
Allowing a possessed citizen to stay on the island. You people are all about getting rid of demons. It's one of your main things. You never shut up about it.
It is a little convenient that a perfect weapon would be left on the island and not eliminated.
Good scapegoat as well.
You think that's what happened?
I really don't care, Love Dies. I'm just shooting the shit. Be around.
Elevator! How do I get back here again?
Blood crystal obtained.
Looking for another save point. "21st island sequence. We are stirred the heartbeat of Moonlight Petal. She slumbers under Siberia. We must give her more power." The crest fits. Oh shit! Give me a blood crystal. I don't see another save point. I do see a Shinji though.
Blood crystal obtained.
Eighth island sequence removed from history. This image reminds you of a wonderful family holiday on a beach you had. You frolicked in the sea with your siblings. You have never been to a beach. Okay. Deep factory entrance. Okay, let's go back up. Oh, this is the put back.
Those crystals obtained.
I gotta go up, 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 up. Oh, there was one here.
Fast travel unlocked.
The city hides, the city protects. You need to hide yourself in the city. They're coming for you. Sam's bar.
Sam daybreak.
I had heard you were back.
Barmaster, born in the shadow of the dragon in Turkey in AD 999, under the sign of Shadow Zero. Sam took to killing like breathing. He killed to survive in the streets and then killed as a soldier before just killing for fun. He became a hitman extraordinaire under the banner of Shadow Zero. He met Lydia on the battlefield. They battled for 2 weeks, destroying the town of Roz 009. Lydia claimed victory and stabbed Sam through the heart. While fighting, he had fallen in love with Lydia and in his moment of death refused to leave her. His skin fell away and his skeleton hardened, becoming a deep red as he confessed his love for her. She too had fallen for him and accepted his confession. They fled to get married. They renounced his murderous ways and refused to commit harm to others.
Starlight is filling you in, isn't she? Have you forgotten about us during exile? I suppose isolation clouds the mind, doesn't it?
Hey Sam, it's been a while. Nice jackets.
You noticed? It was a gift from Lydia.
She always had good taste.
Doesn't she? Lydia has missed drinking with you.
I miss you two as well. You're the only two normal people on these islands.
That's nice of you to say, LD. It'd be nicer if you were back under better circumstances, wouldn't it?
The syndicate is in bad shape.
It's devastating, isn't it? Our friends and colleagues have been taken from us.
There's not a lot of wailing grieving going on.
We've existed for unknown epochs of time, haven't we? It gives everyone a different perspective on things.
How is the whiskey blend on this island?
Some vanilla, caramel, spice, and just a hint of smoke. The spice is unusual. The whiskey tastes like the island is made on. This has been a peaceful island. The caramel and vanilla are in harmony. The spice twists in your mouth. It coils and slips between the other flavors.
What's the whiskey telling you, Sam?
There's something under the surface. Something that twists. Something that has moved between us all. You can feel it too? Is there anything I can help you with?
You think Henry really did this, Sammy?
It's hard to say, isn't it? It's a hell of a crime. What do you believe, LD?
I'm still making my truth.
Akiko found him with council blood in his stomach. That's messed up, isn't it? He's clearly a sicko.
That's what I'm trying to work out. Can you think of anyone that would want to kill the council, Sam?
Kill the council? The crime of the century? Of the millennium? I don't think I do, LD. I'm really sorry I can't be of more help. Everyone here is a loyal member of the syndicate, aren't they?
I hope that's true. Where were you at the time of the murder, Sam?
Am I under suspicion, LD?
Sam, I'm an investigator.
Of course, LD. We must all cooperate, mustn't we? Lydia had taken me to the Paradise Gates. I finished packing up the bar. I spent a few minutes taking the place in. I couldn't have expected to be back here, now could I?
What time did you leave the bar?
I let Yuri know I was good to go. Lydia came to get me and we went to the gates. She picked me up about 10 to midnight. We arrived at the gates at about 5 to midnight.
Any proof?
The nightmare computer to the gates will have the logs.
I'll check them out. What about your motive?
Sure thing, LD. What do you need to know?
Got anything you'd like to tell me?
Don't think so, LD. We're happy.
Everyone has a motive. They just need to think harder, Sam.
Is that true, LD?
Without a doubt. Does Yuri come in here?
Why do you ask, LD?
He's after my time and Lydia mentioned him. I don't know him. People speak to bartenders, pour their heart out after a bad day.
He does come in from time to time. We all need a drink, right?
I don't trust people who don't.
We all have our own ways. It can be a dark path, though, but be careful, won't you?
What can you tell me about him?
He's a power boy. All he thinks about is power and ambition.
He wants to be on the council?
Sure does. Maybe he finally snapped?
Snapped?
All he wants is to pursue his ambition. I voted against him on one of his numerous motions that he came across the room at me. He's angry and impatient. He thinks he's ready to run the show. Don't all young people, though?
Did you see Yuri last night?
Lydia tried phoning him. You should ask her, shouldn't you?
You know anything about the murder of the martial guards outside of the council building?
I don't do I, LD. Terrible business, isn't it?
What do you know about KHX's disappearance?
I don't think I can help you on this one, can I? Maybe check out his place overlooking the ocean?
Did you see the architect last night?
Have you asked the architect, LD? That'd be my first stop, wouldn't it?
Did you see Crimson last night?
Sometimes she stops by for a drink in the evening, but I didn't see her until the crisis meeting last night, LD. You should speak to her, shouldn't you?
Did you see the doctor last night?
He said he'd been in his clinic, didn't he?
Did you see Witness to the End last night?
I've got nothing except when I heard at the crisis meeting, LD. He was in his apartment with Carmelina. You should ask them, shouldn't you?
What do you know about the Second Holy Seal?
It's a mystery, isn't it? Not for me to know, is it?
What do you know about the escape last night?
Not sure what I can be, LD. Have you spoken to Akiko?
Nope. I'm afraid not, Sammy. I'm on the clock.
I understand. Work comes first.
Which whiskeys are good this island?
This is Dead Nebula's Beyond Horizon, a nice blended whiskey. It has a crisp flavor and a sweet, smoky aroma. It goes perfectly with the soda water and a garnish of mint to make a nice highball.
You've been running a bar for longer than I've been alive. You're a master.
There is always something new to learn and to improve, isn't there?
You said it, Sammy. The endless pursuit.
It is a curse and a blessing, isn't it?
It creates a restless mind. Frustrated by not being able to practice, but in the moment of doing, you are in heaven.
Precisely. The key to a highball is the ice. This ice is frozen at negative 20 degrees Celsius. It makes the ice harder so it doesn't melt. You can enjoy the taste of the ingredients without them being diluted. The ice is cut to provide a tight fit in the glass. A highball has to be stirred gently so the soda doesn't fizz. You stir without the ice moving apart. It shows it nicely, doesn't it?
You always make the perfect drink.
Please, LD, I am still learning.
I need to go and breathe life back into paradise. Good to talk to you, Sam.
It is always a pleasure, LD. Please stop in again, won't you?
Absolutely. Sewer.
accepted.
How can I help, lady?
Thank you.
I'm glad to be back.
Thank you.
I also heard one of the power station employees found something they shouldn't have.
Got it.
A knowledge tablet for Starlight. Please manually install from Starlight's inventory. These symbols were carved on an altar on a frigid asteroid following in the wake of destroyed Eden. Allow Starlight to process Cosmos gifts. Got time for a chat, Crimson? You find yourself on an island full of criminals, lady. Are you one of them? A criminal plotting the downfall of paradise? Not for the crime you're investigating. What does that mean? All shops need stock. My trade is secrets. I don't have a wholesale supplier I can get deliveries from. I'm not complaining. Illegal is always speedier, especially when it comes to secrets. Supply and demand, the islands have changed. We're the syndicate, the ruling elite. It is easy for everyone in that tower to think that crime is something everyone else does, but them. I'm just keeping a record. Which you sell. You're the one buying. Did you see Witness last night? I heard Carmelina wants to visit him last night. You should speak to her. Did you see Lydia and Sam last night? Lydia should have been doing her fairy woman duties. The log at the gate should confirm something about that. Oh, it's 7:30, so I think I'll end the stream in a little bit. I just need to get to a safe point. Let me go back. There was one back here. Right? Yeah, right here.
Game saved. Game saved.
Okay, that's it for the stream. I'll rate Sakyu. I am enjoying this game a lot. I think it's interesting. I like the world. Everyone just go over to Sakyu. Have fun with Sakyu. I'll be back on Friday to play the Herb since in the city.